Wake up, Mr. Wayne. We have much to discuss.
Strange? You won't get away with this.
I already have.
This is Vicky Vale, reporting live from Arkham City, the controversial super prison built right here in the heart of Gotham. In a few moments, Bruce Wayne will be live on stage to explain his sudden interest in Gotham politics. The infamous Playboy millionaire has never been one to—
It's billionaire, Vicky. Millionaires was so last year.
It's been 2 years since the release of Batman Arkham Asylum, a game that took everyone by surprise by not only being an incredible Batman game, but also an incredible comic book licensed game. Arkham Asylum broke the long-standing pattern of having games based around the Caped Crusader being below average at best. Now, Batman Arkham City has been released and expectations for the title were high. I'm happy to say that Rocksteady has not only lived up to expectations, but also surpassed them in many ways. Arkham City takes place roughly 6 months after the events of Arkham Asylum. Warden Quincy Sharp has been elected mayor of Gotham City and has convinced the people of Gotham and its city council to close off one of the worst sections of the city to create a new penitentiary to house the inmates from Arkham Asylum and Blackgate Prison, naming the area Arkham City. Dr. Hugo Strange is put in charge of Arkham City, and along with his Tiger security forces rules the prison with an iron fist. Many people oppose the creation of Arkham City, including billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. Immediately at the start of the game, Wayne finds himself trapped in Arkham City, a fate that seems to also be happening to many other high-profile people who oppose the prison and who might have enough political or media clout to get it shut down. This is where the game begins. While Arkham City gives the appearance of an open world, the actual story of the game is still very linear. And if you decide to skip all the extra things that happen in the open areas of Arkham City, the story is only about 10 or so hours long. However, with all the side missions and Riddler challenges to complete, the game can continue on for far longer than that. This isn't even counting the returning challenge rooms that can be unlocked. All in all, there's a ton to keep you coming back to Arkham City for a long time after the main story is done. Arkham City builds on the foundations laid down in Arkham Asylum. Batman has his gadgets, his detective vision, and his ability to literally take on over a dozen foes single-handedly. Arkham City also expands upon these, improving almost all of them. Like Arkham Asylum, the acquisition of new gadgets as you progress through the story of Arkham City feels very organic and natural as the story progresses. Each new gadget the Dark Knight gets feels integral to completing the current story objective, while also opening up new ways to get to other areas of the game previously locked off to you. Rocksteady also expanded upon the combat of Arkham Asylum to make the combat in Arkham City feel even faster and better than its predecessor. Many of the new gadgets have uses in combat, and coupled with the ability to counter multiple foes at once allows for the game to feel more brutal, as now Rocksteady can allow for multiple enemies to attack at the same time. As crazy as it sounds, Rocksteady has been able to improve upon one of the best combat systems out there. And nowhere is this more apparent than in the always fun combat challenge maps that get unlocked as you complete Riddler challenges.
I don't have time for this. Let's make it quick.
The voice acting is, as expected, phenomenal. Kevin Conroy's Dark Knight, Arlene Sorkin's Harley Quinn, and Mark Hamill's Clown Prince of Crime are absolutely spot on, and this could be their best work as the characters. All the other characters with voices, Catwoman, Penguin, Talia al Ghul, and others are also voiced exceptionally well. Add in the musical score and other sounds, and it's clear that sound design is one area not left to chance. The graphics in Arkham City are also gorgeous, for the most part. It seems Rocksteady got access to a lot of the improvements in the Unreal Engine 3 that you were able to see in Gears of War 3. This is a good thing, as the art and character design for Arkham City really stands out, and the improvements in facial animation and lighting really help to immerse you in the dredges of Arkham City. However, not everything is great about Arkham City. To begin, Rocksteady said they wanted to reduce the time that a lot of players felt they needed to stay in detective mode in Arkham Asylum. However, I find myself actually having to use the mode more often. While it's true that they reduced the number of environmental question mark riddles, they still made it so that you need to use detective vision for far more often than you might want to. This is especially true in fights with armed enemies, where you need to basically be in the mode throughout the entire fight to keep track of where the enemies are and plan your attacks without getting Batman killed. Next, while the graphics are excellent for the most part, Arkham City still suffers from texture pop-in quite a few cases. I realize this is more of an Unreal Engine 3 issue than anything else, however. There can be clipping in here and there, as well as some very inconvenient camera angles during fights as well. Finally, there's the whole Catwoman debacle. I call it this because for months, Warner Bros. Interactive and Rocksteady have been talking about how you can play as Catwoman. What they failed to mention is that the Catwoman missions, which do integrate very nicely into the story I should add, are all DLC content. And since Arkham Asylum has no online component besides leaderboards for challenges, Warner Bros. Interactive decided that the Catwoman missions would be Arkham City's online pass. Free with new copies of the game, $10 if you buy the game used. This is an unadulterated greed move and nothing else. It forces people to download single-player content to get the entire experience. However, this also locks out anyone who doesn't have access to high-speed internet for their Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 from getting the whole single-player experience. I should also mention that there are thousands of copies of the game out there for both consoles where the code to redeem and download the Catwoman missions are blank. No code got printed, screwing players who did buy the game new out of the entire story of Arkham City. Warner Bros. Interactive fix for this issue is also half-hearted at best. Honestly, this money grab ploy by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment would make Activision CEO Bobby Kotick proud. I'm sure he and other publisher executives are looking at this as another way to milk gamers, by withholding single-player content from games with no online components. However, I'm not going to deduct score and say not to buy Arkham City because of this. Overall, the game is fantastic and well worth a full-price purchase. It improves upon Arkham Asylum in almost every way and is a game no Batman fan should miss, or fans of action games in general. I'm just not a fan of online passes in general, especially when the games in question have no online play.
Now that they're all taken care of, it's time to get what I came for out of that safe.
Get back here, Harley.
But I want to know who he is, sweetie.
No one's who you think they are, my dear. Why spoil the fun?
It was all a lie. There's nothing wrong with you.
Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me.